PM Modi is actually in Gujarat at this point in time, and he is taking part in a roadshow, visuals of which you can see on your screens at this point in time. Now, it's important to understand that the PM is going to participate in the Samudra Se Samriddhi event and inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth rupees 34,200 crores. It's important to understand that the PM will inaugurate these projects in Bhavnagar and is also expected to address on the occasion. He is also expected to undertake an aerial survey of Tholera in Gujarat. Those are live visuals of the Prime Minister's roadshow taking place in Gujarat at this point in time. Well, on this we have my colleague Ashwarya joining us on the telecast. Ashwarya, what are the details of the Prime Minister's visit to Gujarat? What all are the projects that he will be embarking there?
The Prime Minister will also undertake an aerial survey of Tholera at around 1:30 p.m. today. He will also chair review meetings and visit the National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal, which is a major boost to the maritime sector. We have been told that Prime Minister will also inaugurate and lay foundation stone for multiple development projects related to the maritime sector worth over rupees 7,870 crores, and he will inaugurate the later Mumbai International Cruise Terminal at Indira as well. But as we are witnessing these visuals from Bhavnagar, where Prime Minister is participating in Samudra Se Samriddhi event, and the Prime Minister is going to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple development projects worth over rupees 34,200 in Bhavnagar. As far as the value of these projects are concerned, which as I mentioned, are worth over rupees 34,400 crore rupees. The projects cater to multiple sectors, which includes maritime, LNG infrastructure, renewable energy, highways, healthcare and urban transport as well. And it is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who would be also, addressing a gathering on this occasion as well. Roadshow is something Prime Minister usually undertake as far as his Gujarat visit is concerned, as it is his home state, but perhaps these visuals clearly showcases the energy of and the enthusiasm of people around Prime Minister, and certainly he will also be laying foundation stone later of a new container terminal and associated facilities at Choma Prasad Mukherjee Port as well, and he is going to inaugurate these projects which are being developed at a cost of around 4,500 to celebrate and preserve India's ancient maritime tradition and serve as a center for tourism, research, education, skill and development.
Right, absolutely, and you also mentioned that the Prime Minister is expected to address shortly. So, what are some of the talking points that we're expecting in that address?
Well, in line with his commitment to holistic and sustainable development, Prime Minister is going to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple projects of central and state governments worth over rupees 26,354 crores, catering to various sectors in Gujarat. He is going to inaugurate the HPLNG, regasification terminal at Chahara Port, Archilix, and also alcohol project at Gujarat IOCL refinery as well. We've been also told that the 600 megawatt green shoe initiative is something that Prime Minister has spoken in the past as well. And today he will be inaugurating that as well. PM Kusum 475 megawatt component C solar feeder for farmers as well. This will provide certainly electricity to the rural areas nearby Bhavnagar area in Gujarat, with complete polarization of Dodo village among others, which is certainly Prime Minister speaking at different platforms about how solar energy is something that Indian states should cater with. It is also Prime Minister will be laying the foundation stone of the LNG infrastructure, additional renewable energy products, coastal protection works, highways and healthcare and urban transport projects, including extensions at General Hospital in Bhavnagar, which will also provide healthcare facilities to the tribal community living in and around the Bhavnagar area. Guru Gobind Singh Government Hospital at Jamnagar and 4-laning of 70 kilometers of national highways are some other key initiatives, and Prime Minister will be laying foundation stone of those as well, which will certainly develop the infrastructure of the Bhavnagar area in Gujarat.
Right, absolutely, Shwara. In fact, I'm going to brief the viewers tuning in right now as to what exactly is happening. This These are live visuals from the Prime Minister's roadshow taking place in Gujarat at this point in time. Like my colleague mentioned, he will participate in the Samudra Se Samriddhi event which will take place there, as well as inaugurate and lay foundation stone of various multiple, of course, development projects worth rupees 34,200 crores. And this event is, of course, taking place in Bhavnagar of Gujarat. Like Aishwarya mentioned, that Prime Minister will also undertake an aerial survey of Tholera, after which he will chair a review meeting and visit the National Maritime Heritage Complex of Lothal. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, remember, has arrived in Gujarat, and this is his roadshow taking place at this point in time. Like I mentioned, that this is a high-profile event which is taking place at the Gandhi Maidan in Bhavnagar. Important to understand that a major focus of the event would be maritime sector, which will of course involve the PM inaugurating projects worth rupees 7,870 crores. Ashwari, coming back to your wish to understand from you, of course, the Prime Minister is attending an event there. It's called the Samudra Se Samriddhi event. Tell us a little about it.
Well, it is, a maritime sector which is much in focus on as far as this entire trip is concerned, and Prime Minister also participating in Samudra Se Samriddhi event. It is, Prime Minister who will be also visiting and reviewing the progress of National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal, and the focus on maritime-led growth advanced through shipbuilding, port modernization, green energy and coastal connectivity. And there in the visuals we can clearly see Prime Minister there holding a roadshow as soon as he landed in Bhavnagar, and there are cultural activities that are also being performed in front of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. This is a kind of love and affection that we always see as far as people of Gujarat is concerned. Whenever he visits Gujarat, he makes sure that there is a roadshow or he interacts with people, or there are some important high-level meetings. But as promised to the people of Gujarat earlier as well during the elections, that it will be Bhavnagar which will be much in focus as far as the maritime security is concerned, the solar energy projects are concerned, and therefore the reason perhaps in this particular visit it is projects worth rupees 26,354 crores with the multiple projects of central and state government combining will be inaugurated, and the Prime Minister will be also laying foundation stone of. As I mentioned, Prime Minister Narendra Modi after this roadshow will also inaugurate the HP LNG regasification terminal at Chara Port, acrylics and oxo alcohol projects at the Gujarat IOCL refinery as well, which is certainly a major boost for the energy sector. The 600 megawatt Green Shoe initiative is another key project that Prime Minister will be laying foundation stone of. As far as PM Kusum 475 megawatt component C solar feeder for farmers are concerned, that will provide solar energy and electricity to lakhs and lakhs of farmers residing in that particular area. And it will be complete solarization of Dodo village among others as well. But very importantly, as the Prime Minister will be laying foundation stone of the LNG infrastructure, additional renewable energy projects, it will be coastal protection works, highways and healthcare and urban transport projects as well, which will be much in focus, which will certainly give boost to just not the infrastructure facilities but the healthcare facilities that could be provided to those tribal people who are living in Bhavnagar and nearby areas who had not got such high-class standards of the healthcare facilities. And that is something Prime Minister had also spoken during his visit last time in this particular area in Bhavnagar, that very soon there is going to be these healthcare facilities that will be provided that will be world-class in nature. And now Prime Minister, as soon as he landed in Bhavnagar, he is right now holding a roadshow. We are witnessing, from school students to college students, from people coming from different parts of Gujarat. They are waving to Prime Minister Narendra Modi as he conducts this roadshow. There are cultural programs, dances being organized on the roadside as Prime Minister going past through that 3 to 4 kilometers of roadshow as soon as he landed over there. Before inauguration of these key projects and laying foundation stone of multiple projects that are tuned to over 23,000 crore rupees. Certainly that love and affection from the people of Gujarat, from his home state, Prime Minister Narendra Modi there also will be seen interacting with many officials in later, and will be also holding high-level review meeting later in the day.
Right, absolutely, Shwarya. And you've also, in fact, mentioned that this, of course, is Prime Minister's home bastion. This is his home state. So naturally, the reception there, as you can see on your screen, has to be grand. It has to be something that is warmer than other states, perhaps. Help us understand, has there been any sort of politics with regard to the Prime Minister's visit to Gujarat?
Well, it's a visit that has been stated to us that it was much earlier planned by the Gujarat government. Of course, these visits are very important. It would be very important to see that what Prime Minister is going to address in his public gathering on this occasion. Very soon after this roadshow, he would be addressing public gathering over there as well. But as we have heard from Prime Minister in the past, in different public rallies and at different important occasions about Operation Sindoor and Gujarat, one of those states which were also impacted because of the clash between Indian and Pakistani armies. And remember, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh after Operation Sindoor also visiting the Kutch air base as well. And Bhavnagar also, one of the areas of Gujarat which is just near, the ports and also holds a very important strategic and territorial location as far as India and Pakistan borders are concerned. So it would be very interesting to see whether Prime Minister also, speaks something about how India has retaliated to Pakistan and how it was a befitting reply that was given from the soil of Gujarat as well to Pakistan during Operation Sindoor. It is, these important points that Prime Minister may speak. But as we are also witnessing these visuals, it is tricolors which are being holded by the students over there who have come to wave and greet Prime Minister. Now another visuals also coming in as far as the entire projects are concerned, where Prime Minister C.R. Patil, there are other key union ministers, Gujarat Chief Minister also inspecting those particular areas as far as the development projects are concerned, how India is going to enhance its maritime force. There we can see C.R. Patil, Mansukh Mandviya also along with Gujarat Chief Minister, and a briefing is being given to Prime Minister Narendra Modi as far as different projects related to maritime, LNG infrastructure, renewable energy, highways, healthcare and urban transport is going to help. It is also these key foundations that will be laid, and it is Samudra Se Samriddhi event which Prime Minister is currently participating in. So a very important one as far as these projects are concerned to enhance our maritime-led growth and also advance through shipbuilding. The focus is very clear that there should be modernization of ports, green energy should be initiated as well, and coastal connectivity is the key criteria, and all of those are now being informed by the officials over there in front of several union ministers, which include C.R. Patil, Mansukh Mandviya, Gujarat Chief Minister and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. They're taking briefing as to how these maritime heritage complex will help, and they will be also review. Prime Minister also will visit and review the progress as well of the complex at Lothal later in a day. Certainly a very important one as far as maritime-led growth focus is concerned.
And since you mentioned Kutch, I also have to add for the benefit of our viewers that the PM is also expected to virtually dedicate the fully solarized Dhordo village in Kutch. This, of course, is as a part of the government's commitment to clean energy. So this is, of course, also something important. Apart from this, also you've mentioned that the focus of PM's visit, of course, is to enhance the countries when it comes to, of course, our maritime routes, our maritime security. Also, it's important to understand that the Prime Minister is, of course, participating in Samudra Se Samriddhi, which, as the name suggests, is something related to maritime. It's an event to inaugurate and lay the foundation stone of multiple development projects, like my colleague was just mentioning. These projects are worth rupees 34,200 crores. Like Ashwara also mentioned that, of course, this is Prime Minister Modi's home bastion. This is his home state. So, of course, the reception that you saw, the roadshow, was only natural. And also you can see at this point in time with other ministers, he's also inspecting and he's understanding the projects that are taking place over there. It's also important that post this, Prime Minister will undertake an aerial survey of Tulera. Ashwara, I wish to come back to you and understand from you, The Prime Minister is also expected to, of course, review a meeting and visit the National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal. Earlier also, you mentioned about Kach, and you mentioned about, even Operation Sindoor. So are we expecting PM to make references to that when it comes to his speech today?
Well, it remains to be seen whether Prime Minister from the home state of Gujarat will be speaking on Operation Sindoor or not. But in the past, we have seen after, the LET terrorist had confirmed that, the terrorist commanders who were cleared and during Operation Sindoor, it was those terrorist infrastructure bases which were completed. And that was a confirmation that was given to the of those terrorist hubs as well. And these security, the Coast Guard, which keeps India's coastal ranges 100% secure. When the development is going towards that particular region, it is very important also to focus on that as far as the coastal regions are concerned. And there you can see Prime Minister Narendra Modi now getting a brief of how these maritime-led growth will help to just not secure our boundaries, but also in terms of the LNG infrastructure, renewable energies, and also the progress as far as the Maritime Heritage Complex is concerned. We can clearly see in these visuals in Bhavnagar after that roadshow. It is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who is getting a review. Sarbananda Sonowal, Union Minister, C.R. Patil, Union Minister, Mansukh Mandaviya, Gujarat Chief Minister can also be seen. And all of these Union Ministers hail from the state of Gujarat who are accompanying Prime Minister at the movement, and Prime Minister getting this brief, which are mega infrastructure projects worth over rupees 32,000 crore rupees. But as I mentioned, Prime Minister later would be also undertaking an aerial survey in Dholera as well. And it is Prime Minister who would be also certainly inaugurating, after visiting Bhavnagar in Gujarat, inaugurating the Mumbai International Cruise Terminal at Indira Dock as well. He will be also laying foundation stone of a new container terminal and associated facilities at Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port, Kolkata, new container health berth cargo handling facilities and associated developments at Paradip Port as well. The Tuna Tekra multi-cargo terminal, firefighting facilities and modern road connectivity at Kamra Rajar Port, Ennore, coastal protection works including sea walls and revetments at Chennai Port, sea wall constructions at Car Nicobar Island, a multi-purpose cargo berth and green bio methanol plant at Deendayal Port in Kandla, and ship repair facilities at Patna and Varanasi. So all of those comes under the maritime sector development projects that are worth rupees 7,870 crores. And this was the first time, very interestingly, such a mega push has been given to the maritime sector under the leadership of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and Sarbananda Sonowal clearly can be seen over there as well. His ministry clearly is a part of these coastal projects, and other union ministers from Gujarat also accompanying Prime Minister. So Prime Minister has always, in the past had highlighted that how important it is to have maritime growth as well, which India had not focused in the past for many, many years. And now Modi government has that vision to give a major boost to the maritime sector. And therefore now we are witnessing, after years of promising to the people of Bhavnagar that there would be these complexes and also maritime sector that will be enhanced, that will also provide employment opportunities to lakhs and lakhs of people. Now that promise is coming to the light as far as Prime Minister's promise in the past is concerned, and will also give, apart from these maritime sector growth, the highways, healthcare facilities to the people who are living in and around the Bhavnagar area. But very important infra push in Gujarat, Prime Minister in his home state in Gujarat, in Bhavnagar, inaugurating and foundation laying stone of multiple projects worth rupees more than 32,400 crores.
So, Aishwarya, of course, this is a major boost given the fact that you've mentioned that the Prime Minister will be inaugurating several projects in the maritime sector, several infrastructure projects. So, definitely Gujarat is getting a major boost. Like my colleague just mentioned, that PM Modi will be inaugurating and launching projects worth rupees 7,870 crores. And these initiatives, of course, span critical infrastructure upgrades across, of course, key Indian ports. Important to mention because Ishwarya was just talking about Sarbananda Sonowal. He was also talking about how PM is also inspecting these projects, and these projects are, of course, crucial to bringing in not just, of course, development to the ports, but also employment to these areas. I'll also take you through what's important is that among the highlights of course, the PM's inauguration event today is, of course, the Mumbai International Cruise Terminal at the Indra Dock. And, of course, he's also laying the foundation stone for a new container terminal at Shyama Prasad Mukherjee Port in Kolkata. So clearly a lot lined up for the Prime Minister when it comes to his Gujarat visit. It's clearly an action-packed visit. Important to understand that he's participating in Samudra Se Samriddhi, which of course is an event in the maritime sector, as the name evidently suggests. He's also laying down the foundation stone of several multiple projects, of course, in the region worth rupees 34,200 crores, which of course is a lot of money. It's taking place in Bhavnagar. It's a high-profile visit by the Prime Minister to his home state, his home bastion. Earlier we saw Roadshow. Right now your screen shows you visuals of the Prime Minister inspecting projects alongside other ministers, including Mansukh Mandavia. There's also Gujarat Chief Minister present in the frame right there. Important to understand that the Prime Minister will also address the gathering on the occasions. Of course, there will be several references that we're expecting with pertaining to India's maritime sector. He is, of course, expected to rake up those points, given the fact that the projects he is inaugurating are in those areas. And Ishwarya also mentioned that he will also undertake an aerial survey of Tholera. Important because he will also be chairing a review meeting when it comes to National Maritime Heritage Complex at Lothal. So clearly, Prime Minister has an action-packed visit, like my colleague was mentioning, when it comes to Gujarat. Lots of key initiatives there, lots of inauguration taking place by the Prime Minister. So Shweta, also take us through, you've mentioned the maritime sector and you've mentioned India's initiatives. What are some of the initiatives that, our country has taken when it comes to other regions, and especially in context of maritime?
Well, it is Modi government's commitment to holistic and sustainable development. It is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who had always stated that it is these maritime sector that can enhance our growth as far as the infra boost is concerned, that previous governments had not given any sort of focus on, and India, particularly in maritime sector, has been pushed to something that has been done by many countries, specifically the European countries, and they are much ahead of India. And therefore, the reason perhaps India government focus is to provide major boost. It is Prime Minister Narendra Modi who will inaugurate and lay the foundation stones of different multiple projects, and it is a key projects as far as the solar energies are also concerned. Prime Minister now, after this review meeting and interacting with the officials, will be holding a mega public rally as well, and very important to see that what Prime Minister speaks on.